Opening credits. Cognitive Behavioral Therapy, CBT. Techniques for retraining your brain and managing depression and anxiety in just 7 weeks or less. Written by Kevin Rhodes. Narrated by Betty Johnston. Introduction. Different factors affect our feelings and behaviors as individuals, and this in turn shapes us into the people we become. Cognitive behavioral therapy is a field of psychotherapy which considers an individual's mental framework, i.e. their beliefs, attitudes toward things, and their perception and understanding, thoughts, influence their feelings and behaviors. The point of this is to aid people to have better ways of reacting to different stimuli, situations, in their life. These are habitual things that are instilled, and they come in handy when it comes to releasing your mental and physical condition, which, in turn, allows people to have better attitudes. Everyone has problems, and these are from scenarios we face in our environment. Every day, we meet new people with different attitudes towards us, or we solve new challenges that were not there before, or even face different social situations we had not experienced before. As human beings, we draw something from this. We draw meaning, and that affects or forms our attitudes toward these different scenarios. It shapes our attitudes and behaviors, as stated before, and that's where cognitive behavioral therapy comes into play. It helps us correctly interpret and assess our situations, and so guides us on the proper way to react to the situations. Cognitive behavioral therapy is structured so that there is an instructor or counselor that leads the regular meetings, and the issues addressed vary from social to emotional in a series of agenda or topic-based meetings. These meetings deal with defining the issue clearly. The counselor helps the patient find out what the issue of concern is, and by doing so, assists them to gain clarity of where they stand and the depth of the subject matter or issue of concern. After this, the counselor helps the student construct a framework of meaning, that is, a thought pattern around the issue he or she is facing. This helps the patient understand what he or she is feeling and why they are feeling that way. It's a gradual process, as the instructor does not coach the patient on what to think. Rather, you are being guided on the ways to assess yourself, and the work of the therapist is to help you arrive at this goal. The next thing is the counselor would assist you to consider whether or not the assessments drawn on the situation are wrong or misguided. And you would not let them down at this point, as the third-party option would be telling you whether your assumptions are wrong or right. If they are wrong, that takes us to the next step. Here, the instructor helps you lay out what the truth is, facts, and he or she helps you distinguish this from what is made up, irrational thoughts. At this point, we are taking nothing for granted, and we are making knowledgeable and decisions with clarity in place. From that point, the counselor now helps the patient through carrying out a case study to try and figure out if this is the first time this situation has occurred, and if it is not, how the situation was handled the first time it occurred. People have a tendency of being consistent with their attitudes toward stimuli. What that means is that if someone hurt you once, most of us carry it with us, and if it ever happens again, they would validate their behavior by pointing out their experiences. The counselor would help you address this and clear your mind of those thoughts, and try to help you treat every situation independently, and make you see everything as it is without clouded judgment. The next part of the session is aimed at coming up with a solution to the problem. Here, we are well on our
Sample complete. Ready to continue?